home, stabbed multiple times, his body twisted as if he tried to crawl away. Detectives believed they already had their suspect. Without tipping their hand, they sat Ormsby down. He had no idea how much they had already learned.
So what about this case here? We'll talk about the beginning here. What type of person do you think would do this?
No, I haven't given that much thought. But, I mean, cold. Someone would have to be cold. Someone would have to be greedy, maybe? I don't know. Someone would have to be just heartless. I mean, I never met his son, Mariah's little brother, but who could do that? Who could kill?
Well, you never know. I mean, the biggest thing that we don't understand is reasons. I mean, there's a reason for everything. You know, the mistakes happen. That's why the computer has to delete people, right? Mistakes happen. Wrong place, wrong time. Panic, self-defense. Who knows? You know.
Did I miss? Was I getting coffee?
Yeah. And you're well aware of the Constitution and all that stuff, right?
Well aware of the
Constitution and your rights and all that stuff. Do you understand you're not under arrest?
Yes, I understand.
Okay. If you ever want to leave, you just tell me. You can leave. All right. All I ask is people be rude about it. Just say, I'll leave now. All right. But one of the things that
I'd be a little bit shocked if I was at best to tell you the truth.
so would I. But
So, and I'm here to cooperate.
well, that's right. That's right. But one, and I appreciate that. I know you know your rights and all that stuff. One of the formalities that we have to do is to
Tell me
read
the
your
rights.
rights. Okay. You can probably recite it better than I can.
I don't know that I could recite it.
Right, did you understand it though? I'm a law enforcement officer at DR. I want to ask you some questions. Before I do so, I want to explain your rights. Okay, we do this routine to everybody, okay? This is, you have your right to remain silent. You understand that? What's that mean?
It means plead the fifth. There's another way to explain that, but it means I don't have to say anything to you if I don't want to. I can just close my mouth.
There you go. You don't have to talk to me if you don't want to, right? Anything you say can and will be used against you in the court of law. Do you understand that? What's that mean?
It means anything I do or say here is, if brought to court, can be used against me.
I have a right to repeat
You have
anything
the
I
right to
say.
repeat anything I say.
Okay, now, having all these rights I've just explained to you in mind, do you wish to answer questions at this time?
Yes, sir.
Good. Formalities, right?
Right.
So, where were we? He's my note taker here.
Sorry.
We were talking about what type of person would do this.
Yeah.
Cold, greedy, heartless.
Someone just with no love for life. No love for things that grow. And I mean, what we know about Tolkien and Tolkien's writing, you seem like you know a little bit more about Tolkien. It's, his main themes are hope and hopelessness and a love for things that grow. He was very much against the Industrial Revolution and stuff like that. Anything that took away from nature, took away from life.
What should happen to the person when we find them?
What should happen?
When we find them back, what should happen?
Well, I imagine you're going to read him his rights, formality,
Right.
and lock him away.
What do you do? Should go to jail.
Of course. Yeah.
Well, can I just good reason? Can you think of any good reason something like this could happen?
A good reason?
Yeah. Do you think of any reason? I mean, again, we don't understand reason. You know, just because he did something like this doesn't mean you gotta go to jail for all your life, you know? But just, can you think of any good reason for something like this to happen?
Any good reason for something like this to happen? No. I cannot think of any good reason something like that could happen.
Without the ones like you working tirelessly to keep things running, everything would suddenly stop. No matter your industry, Grainger's here for you with professional grade supplies. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
And then, okay, let's talk about how you met Jeff.
He came over to Barbara Joyce.
Okay, do you remember when that was?
Early when I got there, a couple days after I got there.
Thane says he met Jeff when he first got to Bob and Joyce's house. Let me give you some context on who Bob and Joyce are and how they fit into this story. Bob and Joyce Strout were an elderly couple who lived just down the road from Jeffrey Ryan's trailer. Thane had been staying with them for only a few weeks leading up to the murders, claiming he was there to help with chores around their property, like tending to Bob's chickens, working in Joyce's garden, and doing odd jobs. To neighbors, he appeared to be just another young man down on his luck, given shelter by a kind family. But what's particularly interesting is what happened immediately after the murders. Within days of the bodies being discovered, Bob Strout drove Thane 300 miles south to Dover, New Hampshire, effectively removing him from the investigation zone. For someone who claimed to barely know the victims, it was curious timing. While police were desperately searching for a killer, and while the community lived in fear, Thane Ormsby was settling into a new life in another state, believing he had committed the perfect crime.
You talked about earlier how you went up there and you stayed for
There was just
a
that
couple
week,
and then you came back. Are you talking that Jeff
No.
met you during that time?
No,
Or
no, I've never
this
met Jeff.
time when you're coming up.
This time, I met him when I was up there to stay.
This time.
While I was staying there. He came over a couple days after I got there.
Okay. And tell me about that conversation. How that go?
We didn't really have a conversation. I mean, he came in and he talked to Bob and Joy, and I was there. He introduced me and said, "Oh yeah, this is Nate." And he's like, "Oh yeah, Maria's son." I was like, "Oh, nice to meet you." I shook his hand because I'd never met him.
And you knew at this point that he is Mariah's father.
Yeah, I know.
And you guys say, "Oh, I didn't know."
Yeah, we get along. That's we were cool. He said, you know, come on over, blah blah blah.
How long was he there? So
Half an hour.
half hours.
20 minutes.
Was the little boy not there at this point?
No, no. He was with his mother.
And he was
Yes, sir.
okay. So at some point, Jeff leaves after a half hour. So Jeff leaves.
Yeah, it's,
Okay. And you stay at the house
I had gone up there.
that same day. Or when I'm so confused about when you went because you said before that you asked him to try to get you a job and stuff.
I asked him about work.
Work.
I asked him if he could find me any work, and I went back up to check and see if he had any work, if
That
he heard
day.
anything.
That day, right? And then you, at some point, you went back though, and that's when he told you that I'm having a hard time trying to find you a job. I'm having a hard time getting work. You went there.
He didn't know of anything.
That was the second visit, or third visit you were back there.
See how the detective builds a bridge from denial to explanation. He treats rights as a formality, offers mistake/panic/self-defense exits, and even chats Tolkien to align values. Then he tests punishment views and tightens the timeline. Fine condemns the killer, yet allows, unless there's a good reason, hedges on details and keeps talking. Classic minimization guiding a suspect toward a lesser evil admission.
He didn't know of anything.
That was the second visit, the third visit you were back there to Jeff.
I didn't think about this.
Because you said before, you asked him to get you a job and stuff. And then later in our last interview was he had
I asked him
to see any jobs and then find a
if he
job.
knew of any work. Or
Right.
any sort
And
of
then
long
his last interview, you said to me that you went up and talked to him and he couldn't find you anything and you had the beer and all that stuff. So tell me about that.
Okay. So I go up to talk to him.
How long ago after the first visit were you up there?
A week.
About a week later?
About a week later.
Okay. And what's going on when you're up here this week later?
It's just Jeff. Jeff's alone drinking a beer, mowing his lawn
Outside.
outside.
And how's Jeff doing?
Jeff was doing good. Jeff was talking about his son, saying he was going to be back.
Okay. So Jeff's son was not there?
Not there.
Okay. So this was about a week before this happened?
And
Because you only lived up there 3 weeks, you said, right?
yeah, it's all such a short proximity.
Right. So you were there, you met him, and then about a week later you were lost. That would have been a week before this whole thing happened. You were there, and he's mowing the lawn. Push or rider? Push mower, rider lawnmower. Push mower. And he's having a beer, so it must have been not raining.
No, it's not raining. He's mowing the lawn. It's a bright sunny.
I'm trying to.
It's just Jeff and his dog.
I'm a very visual guy. Okay.
Dora comes up to say hi to me, and He welcomed me right in.
Was that, what was it, a Rottweiler or something? What type of dog is that?
What type of dog? It was a Rottweiler.
Rottweiler, right? He has two dogs, right?
Yes.
Rottweiler and a...
So
Tell me about
when I show up,
you keep saying Doug.
Well, I'm sorry if you mentioned the name Doug.
Can you just say it again? Are you saying Doug or dog?
dog.
Okay.
I said Dora and Doug.
Laura and Shadow, the dogs.
Okay, okay. So I hear
Dora and Shadow, the dogs.
you have an accent. We keep thinking you say Doug. Okay. So you're there, and what goes on? He's mowing lawns. Stop mowing.
He's mowing the lawn. He stopped mowing the lawn, talked to me, invited me in. Said, have a beer. I had a beer with him. I sat and drank a beer with him.
Mm-hmm.
And Joy actually called. Joy knew I was there.
Mm-hmm.
Called me and told me, come back and help me with the garden. And
During that time period.
yeah, it was
So what time of day was that? Do you think?
midday.
You said she called. She must have called Jeff's house.
Before noon. It was just one morning and I decided to stop in and say hi and ask. And he said,
How did you get there?
how did I get there? I walked up.
You walked up.
Yeah, it's a short distance.
You didn't take your bike.
No.
Okay. Okay. Do you mind? I'm a visual guy. Can you draw the trailer for me and say where you went in that trailer? Because it's important to see where you went and all that. Can you do that for me?
He showed me.
Sure.
Yeah, okay.
So like I said, I was walking down the road and he was mowing his lawn around here somewhere. And we walked in and talking and I met his dog. I walked over and petted his dog. I walked down and he told me, come on in, grab a beer. And then he's got chairs here. We sat down here. It was a hot day. We came back outside. Sat down here. That was it.
Nationwide is so much more than a great insurance company. They're one of America's largest financial services companies. Like how I'm more than just Peyton Manning. I'm also motivating Manning. When I say insurance, you say financial services. Insurance. Insurance. Now when I say nationwide, you say is both. Nationwide. Nationwide. For your insurance and financial needs, Nationwide is on your side.
Nationwide Investment Services Corporation, member FINRA, Columbus, Ohio.
How long were you there? You think?
Half hour.
Half hour. And he had already showed you around the place before this. You said.